Hello, my name is Melody Kardec, and I'm a third-year Family and Community Science major with a minor in Mass Communication. Just to start with a little background about me and my experience with religion. So I grew up in a family that went to church every Sunday. I grew up in a Christian home, and my parents always made sure to, take us to church to teach us about, the Bible and instill those Christian values in us. But it wasn't until my parents decided to move my family to Gainesville that I really understood what it meant to have a personal relationship with the Lord. I was born in West Palm Beach, Florida, and about 12 years ago, my family made that decision to move to Gainesville. And within a year or two of living here, we got plugged into First Assembly of God, which is now known as Greenhouse Church. And I got plugged into their kids ministry, and then once I grew out of that, got plugged into their middle school ministry. And it was at a middle school retreat that I realized that there was a lot more to this personal relationship with God that I was missing out on and that I wanted to be a part of. And so I made the decision to truly dedicate my life to the Lord. I got baptized, and I was immediately just like discipled by amazing college student age leaders and even upperclassmen high schoolers that really just said, "Hey, Melody, we're going to live life with you, and we're going to show you what it means to live this life out." So now transitioning into why I want to apply for this trip is because I met Projects for Haiti in high school. It was through my process of acquiring community service hours that I came across Bertrude and Priscilla, and I came across P4H and in their Gainesville Connected event. And it was like a local event that invited teachers to come and to this like conference to be mobilized and talk about like international education, I believe. And at that point I was a high schooler. I didn't really know much about P4H, but I remember that I went to a meeting and I met Priscilla and I met Bertrude and I met some other people that were involved in P4H at the time. And all I knew is that at the meeting I was like, there's no way that these people like don't love Jesus. Like the way that they are so passionate and they talk about sustainable development, they talk about, what they're doing, what their purpose is, what their mission is in this organization. Like there's no way that Jesus is not at the center of it. And come to find out, he is. And that really impacted me. And I said, I want to be a part of that. And since that opportunity that I got to volunteer with them at Gainesville Connected, I followed them on their social media because I knew that when I got to college, I wanted to go on an impact trip with them. So I've learned a little bit about redefining aid and sustainable development when I went on a mission trip in late in middle school, early high school. We were required to read the book When Helping Hurts, and it was the first ever time that I really was taught that sometimes we go with the intentions of helping, but really we're hurting the community we're trying to serve. And that was something that I kind of understood, but not completely. I think now, like, I understand that way more growing up and seeing the things that happen, and even in a local community here in Gainesville. And so for me personally, like, seeing people's stories about how Haiti changed them, like, really was impactful. And I said, I want Haiti to change. Like, I want to see sustainable development and redefining aid firsthand. And so for me personally, I think that this would really open me, and I think it would give me the eyes of the Father. I think that going to a place like Haiti and understanding what it means to live life and it being on mission in a way that redefines aid would really translate to my personal walk with the Lord and how I live life and like tell other people about Jesus. Professionally, so I just changed my major to Family and Community Science, and I am interested in maybe working for a nonprofit in the future. And I think that when you're working for a nonprofit or for any company or organization, you're always going to be impacting a community. And I think that learning on how to impact a community and the way that's going to help them thrive and the way that's going to help them develop and be sustainable is really important. And so I think that I can apply this to a professional setting as well. For me, answering the last question of when have I felt out of place, it was definitely the first two like kind of years of college where I was a business major and I was majoring in business administration. It was a major that I picked out of comfort and out of safety because I felt like I could get a job after college if I were to major in that. And in that, was not connecting to the community in the business school. I wasn't connecting with my classes, and I really did feel out of place. And I really didn't like what I was doing there. And so for me personally, I prayed and I asked the Lord, I was like, God, am I really supposed to stay here in the business school? And I reached out to my microchurch to help me pray for that. And I really felt like the Lord said, hey, like, this isn't your place. And God really opened a lot of doors for family and community science. And I made the switch earlier this semester. And it's a complete 180 to see what the Lord's doing in my life, like now that I've changed my major. So that's me. Thank you. Bye.